Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
There we go. I made sure.
Hello, YouTube.
There we go. I made sure that everything is muted and not going to come double through my computer. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to do that. Don't you just love the way live things start? Where would I see chats? Oh, there we go. So this is going to be a talk about die before you die. I have a little book on this. It's on uh, my channel on Amazon.com. And it is a very interesting way to look at the human dilemma. The modern human dilemma, the way we've gone kind of crazy lately. And I think this is really one of the most important things to think about when we're studying spirituality is the fact that we live in a very, very different culture than human beings evolved in. And we know this, right? There's tons of studies about, you know, archaeology. How did humans used to live? We kind of always make the mistake of thinking that we in today's world are more evolved because we're civilized, right? And this is what makes our thinking be upside down. It's way better to realize that the thousands and thousands of years that human beings lived on the planet before civilization were when we were living in our natural state. And that civilization masks our natural state, but it doesn't make it impossible to again be living in that natural state. And as a matter of fact, the reason we're destroying everything so rapidly is because we have just stepped so dramatically out of this natural state. And we don't even believe that it's possible to be there, right? So die before you die just literally means that your preconceptions about what life are die, and you go back to living in the state that you were meant to live in. And we need to get there in order to be able to come together and start solving our current problems. So maybe one of the biggest things to think about in Die Before You Die is that this is possible. This is your natural state. You're only wanting the thing to die that's false so that then you're in the real. It's tricky for people to get there only because we don't have examples. We don't have very many really good examples. We have examples of, an enlightened guy over here and an enlightened guy over there, but we really don't have examples of what it would be like for lots and lots of people to come together, and we don't have immediate answers. In our culture, we want everything to be immediate. We want our products to be immediate. We want our answers to be immediate. And we're just not going to get that. We have to be in a place of unknowing for a while, which is really just a place of exploring. And this is why the scientific mind and the scientific method is really a very, very good way to step into this sort of thing because science is all about experimenting, finding out what happens, adjusting, experimenting again, finding out what happens, adjusting, on and on and on. And this needs to be a group project. Think of it this way. Right now, the current group project is how to live most opulently in a state of uh, confusion. How do we satisfy our inner uh, emptiness with stuff? Like, man, I'll tell you what, it is just so incredible to watch the current marketplace, like anything you can imagine, has been invented and is for sale. All you got to do is earn money and you can buy it, accept your true nature, right? I think that the thing we need to do the most is to encourage all the people who are awake today to come together and start working on new ways to bring everyone else along. There is a fellow enlightened sannyasin named Vishrant, and he's always talking about the Buddha field. And this is probably a real thing. An enlightened person is steady in themselves, and this creates a field around them. What if there were two together? What if there were two awakened people together who didn't necessarily agree on everything? Wouldn't that be an interesting field to be in? Pulling it together, reaching different people through the disagreement, right? That would be a very interesting thing. What if there were 10 people working together? I think one of the things we have to admit is that the current um, strategies that awakened people have put together to bring unawakened people along are not very efficient and don't work really well. But since we're trying to get to a natural state, it kind of seems like if we had more people together working together on how to bring people along, that we'd be more successful. But right now, the current ethic is for someone to wake up, start teaching, and gather their disciples. Nobody's really reaching out to each other. YouTube's kind of making a difference with that because there are lots of people on YouTube with channels who are interviewing each other. And that's always very, very interesting. So coming together always creates a better perspective. I think that's mostly my goal is to find more people to work with. So I hope this has been a little interesting and that a few people enjoy it. And reach out to me if you want to help me work together on my little project. It'll be interesting to see what we can create.